Hello ladies and gents, boys and girls, welcome back to Planet Crafters with myself, Oswald Lyric Vividar. This is episode 2, the build site. So leaving off with where we got to yesterday, I'm going to just quickly unlock 2 more or 3 more items. I'm going to do the T1 exoskeleton, the T1 mining chip, and I'm also going to add the torch. So let's get 3 silicon, 4 magnesium, an aluminium and a titanium. I haven't got titanium, wonderful. Aluminium, silicon. I'll have to get titanium quickly. We may as well collect a few of it if we can find it. And then go back inside, go over to the crafter. We're going to do the torch, exoskeleton and the T1 mining chip. And then what we need to do is we'll press tab on our keyboard, and then, in fact no we won't, let's go put this stuff away first, because we'll end up dropping our items. So let's put all this stuff away first. So what we want to do is we want to take off the items and then put the exoskeleton in line with it. We need to put the exoskeleton into our inventory window for our gear first, and then we want to put back the rest of the items on top. So it's just literally clicking them into place. As long as you take the crafting chips out and then put the exoskeleton in, that will give us the extra space we need for the rest of the devices that we get. So the exoskeleton just increases the capacity for equipment that we can use along the way. From there, what we're going to do, we're going to go out and we're going to find the golden and blue boxes along the way. So if I top up with some food and water first. We're going to come outside and we're going to take a right. We're going to head towards this little area over here, which is our aluminium mine. We're not going to actually venture in there just yet, but we will venture to the side of it where we're going to find our first gold box. And what we're looking for is this group of stones over here. Just past that you'll come across this face here, and right underneath it you'll find the first gold box. Then what we want to do is scroll down, deconstruct the gold box and come back up. Coming back over to the ship along the way, we'll find this rock peak here where we'll find our next blue box. What we'll do, we'll take everything inside and then we'll head home. This will allow us then to construct more veggie tubes so that we can increase the capacity for oxygen along the way. Obviously your numbers might be slightly different from mine depending on how the terraforming number is in the start sequence. So I'm just going to put these away. And you'll find in every gold box you'll get a trophy and a golden seed. Silicon. Don't forget silicon. Put the iridium away, and then on top of that we'll put them away. And then we'll come venturing out. We've unlocked the T1 solar panels and also the living compartment windows. We're not going to bother with the windows here. You can do if you want to, but I'm just not going to waste the materials for now. I kind of want to build the materials, not put them in the base that I'm just constructing now. Doesn't really make much of a difference. If you want to use them, but I kind of want to stockpile on resources. They do look really good, but I want to stockpile on resources so I can build the mega base later on in the game. So from there we're going to come to the left side of the screen, heading towards the background ship, and you'll find over by this group of rocks here, there's a dip in the ground, there's a blue box inside the crater. And then now we're full, we're going to run back home again and drop off. Hopefully with a bit of luck we'll have enough to start upgrading our terraforming along the way, just increasing that number so we can start generating more points that we can start unlocking new and interesting items along the way. So with that we need to put the seeds away, the extra food. I do believe we have a water bottle, some more cobalt, and some aluminium. And that's a good sign. We've now got the veggie tube T2, which will help us process them numbers and generate those numbers quicker. It's just a nice little upgrade for us, which will increase our oxygen supply. What we'll do, we'll wait until we get the T2 heater as well as the T2 pressure, which is down here. So we're looking for 1.2 UPA, which will probably be better if we start adding more pressure. Our pressure number is quite low, so we do need to increase that along the way too. In order to do that we just need to lay out more drills. So we're going to come back over to that crate. In fact, I'm going to pick up the iron because we're always short on iron, so I'm going to grab that while we're here. It's always good to have more of it. If you can find it, take it. From there, grab this iron as well. And then we're going to walk across here and up. And we're looking for this group of rocks over here, and just beyond it, just to the right of the ship, we'll find our next blue box heading towards the labyrinth. This area here is called the labyrinth. So we're going to open the box and take what's inside. And now I've got some fabric. I just need to find one more fabric and I should be good to add the agility boots. If you've already got the fabric, you may have found more fabric than what I have done. Feel free to upgrade and have the agility boots, but for now, because I don't, I'm not going to be able to upgrade them or add them. But it is a good extension to yourself. It'll give you more movement speed. So we'll put the fabric away first. Now that I've found some, put the space food away, and unfortunately I'll have to eat that food. It's not a major big deal. Oh dearie me. Full on iron. So what we'll do, considering I'm full on iron, I'm going to go and build some more drills outside. So I'm going to actually build 4 of them, which will just help extend it a bit more. I'm hoping I've got enough power. No, didn't think we would. Not a big deal. What we'll do, we'll go inside and we'll start thinking about upgrading to our solar panels. So if we have a look at our wind turbine, if we delete our wind turbine, we get 1 iron back. So we don't need to take iron, we just need to take cobalt and silicon. So if we take 4 cobalt and 2 silicon, that will get us started. Because there's a big difference between 1.2 and 6.5. So I actually only need to have 2 of them. So if we get rid of 2 of them, it will then lay down the solar panels. And what we'll do, we'll get rid of all of these now that we don't need them, because now we just want to lay down solar panels instead. So the same thing applies, we'll just lay them down side by side as close as we can possibly get them. Okay, they should be going red. Never mind, they've obviously changed that. Right, so we've now generated 13 power instead, which is a lot more than just 4.8. So now we've got 7.52 power. So, and now we're generating 0.96 of pressure instead. So happy days. Still haven't got enough. Gotta get that back. Right, I'll tell you what. Let's go set up another 2 drills outside. Considering we're looking for more pressure, we'll just add more drills. And then what we can do is we'll put the seed away. And no, it's not that one. It's this one. And we'll head back over, collect the last 2 boxes. So there's only this one's a very short one. And if we've got any spare space, we'll just pick up some titanium, considering we don't actually currently have any. Oh, you are right. Leanne is ringing me tomorrow. Hang on a minute, it's Friday tomorrow. Mm-hmm. She normally rings me on a Thursday. So we'll get rid of that blue box. We're going to walk around and pick up the aluminium. May as well, since we found it. I'm going to walk over to where this down ship is. I'm going to walk around the side of it and walk towards this cave entrance over here, and as you can see right in the background over here is our last blue blocks of the area. So we're just going to walk over there quickly, pick that up and then head home. If we have any spare space, we'll pick up some titanium, which we do. So along the way we'll pick up some titanium. If you press F on your keyboard, you'll be able to use the torch, and then we'll run home. press that little funny icon in the corner of the infantry window. That will just align everything in place via resources. And then what we can do is we'll put everything away. Unfortunately, we've got nowhere to put that. And I've now got more iron than I need. Aluminium. So now this is just a race against time, because what we're going to do, we're going to start unlocking more oxygen, so we get a bigger oxygen supply, and that way we can unlock the T2 heater and get more generated for pressure, because let's be fair, we need more pressure. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to head outside with, I don't need iron, let's go get 2 more of them. So now we're on 1.6 for pressure. And what I want to do is I'm going to unlock the better veggie tube, and I'm going to actually have 2 of them. So I want an extra iron, which I've already got anyway, and I'm going to need an extra ice cube, a magnesium and a silicon. So I'm going to need 2 silicon, an extra magnesium, and 3 ice. So what we'll do, we'll build the T2 first, and then what we'll do, we'll take the seed out of this one, get rid of this one, and build a secondary T2. Go over to the box, grab the other seed, and now we've got double the oxygen supply. So now we're on 11.52 for oxygen. So now we're producing oxygen at a higher rate. Now we've unlocked the ladder, which is good. We're just waiting for the T2 heater to come out open, which will produce us more of that. And we've also got the backpack opened as well. So if we grab the extra backpack, it basically means that we've got better backpacks, which means we'll be able to store more stuff when we're out and about, which means we don't have to venture back and forth as much. So we need an extra 2 aluminium, a titanium and a silicon to upgrade. If you need any items, just venture out the door, grab them, job done. So that now means I've got an extra 4 infantry spaces to put stuff, which comes in handy. Unfortunately I've got nowhere to store my iron. We now have the T2 heaters, so we need 1 iridium, 1 iron, 1 silicon for a T1, but considering we're going to upgrade them, we're going to get the extra heat. So what we'll do, we'll get rid of these 2 for now, giving us back our items. So arrange all of them together. We should just be able to, no, okay. So I want 2 for now. I'm going to need titanium, which I don't have. So I'm going to have to venture out the door and get some titanium. That'll do. And like I said in the you know, the last video, we'll do the build part separate from the venturing out the door part. So what we're going to do, we're going to set up the same amount of heat as what we've got for pressure. So when it turns green, we'll lay it down and then go check the number on the screen. 3.6, so we're going to need another 2. Need silicone. We've run out of power, so I need silicone. Lovely. So we've ventured out the front. Again, going to need to grab some silicone because I've run out. I'm going to want at least 2 solar panels to add to it. So we grab 4 cobalt on top. I'll grab more silicone while we're on it. Cobalt. Considering we're low on titanium, I might as well just get more of it, and I already have the iron. So we're going to run over to where we've laid out all of our power, set up another 2 solar panels. So to match the number, we're going to probably end up having to use the little tiny ones. So if I grab 2 of those, a sec, and some more iridium, that will just, okay, we'll get one. That's going to have to do it for now. So now the only thing we need to increase is the pressure. So we're just going to wait for the pressure to increase, and then we can start doing that as well. And we're looking at getting that screen progress unlocked as well. And the beacon is really cool. We can use that for creating lights so that we know where our home base is, we know where our resource drop points are, and we know where our mines are. So if ever out floating about, you can just use the beacons for that. So considering we've got loads of titanium, we shouldn't need any more of it. Put the silicon away a second, and the aluminium. There's a progress screen. So what we're going to do, we're just going to come over, delete some of these out, and then put the T2s in place. They're slightly bigger, obviously generate far more pressure, so we're talking 1.2 rather than 0.16. And we're looking at trying to get pressure to the same level. So we get rid of these 2 on top. And I've run out of fucking power. I'm gonna need more power. Come on. And silicon. Let's have a look. Where did I find silicon? Ah, there's one at the back of here. There's some more over here as well, so we'll grab that. Yeah, they're spinning around, that's good. So, we turn back round, grab 4 more the one is enough to build another 2. So, 2 more cobalt, I believe. And I want another iron. There's an iron. So we're just going to do the same thing again, just build that in front of the last 2. They're going to get taken down in a minute anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So eventually you want 8 of them. Pressure is on 5.67, so we need to just double that. So have we got enough? Get rid of the 1s for the time being, just so we can boost those numbers. We're on 8.4, and I believe we could probably build 2. Okay, we need more titanium. It doesn't matter if it's slightly over or slightly under, as long as they're close together it doesn't really matter. And that's what we're going for. So 10, if I add another one it's going to give me 1.2, which will take me slightly over. So I don't mind leaving it there and probably laying down a couple of 1s on top just to boost it a little bit more. But the idea in mind is basically keeping the numbers as close as you possibly can, It's not so important to get them identically close together, but trying to keep the numbers as close as you possibly can is better than not. It just allows you to unlock new and interesting items along the way. We've now got an oxygen T3 tank, the beacon, the progression screen, so we're going to start unlocking those as well. So we want the progression screen, which is 1 iron, 2 silicon. I haven't got the silicon, so let's venture out the door and go find some silicon quick. And grab a cobalt to go with it. So that's the first item we want. And the T2 solar panels. So with the progression screen, we're going to add that to the wall just next to it. And all this is going to do is tell us our current stage, our next stage, and the percentage between the two of them. So we're currently in the barren stage, we're going to blue sky, so it gives you an icon for each one, and then the progression towards it. So that's our first upgrade that we want to do. I'm not going to do the transmission window because I'm not going to bother with a communications antenna for now. I do, however, want to lay down the beacon, so I need another silicon, and I also want to upgrade our oxygen tank while we're here. So I need to get 2 silicon, because obviously I don't have any. Not that I need iron, but I'll grab it anyway. I swear it just seems silicon. And while we're on it, we'll just pick a load of it up if we can. And what we'll do in the next episode, we'll upgrade our power, because at the moment I just don't see the point. It's not like we're going to really push the numbers up. So we want to upgrade our oxygen tank, so I need magnesium and aluminium. This is why I tried to keep the boxes as full as possible, so you can just grab the items and move along. So that's the first item we're going to upgrade. I believe there was something else. Oh, the beacon. Sorry, my bad. So we need a titanium. And also another aluminium. And then you head outside, and then right on the corner here you want to place a beacon. And then what you do is you can go up to the colour changer. I'm going to pick red for this beacon, which means base, and then I'll just call this okay. you'll see on the mini map as you're walking around, the further away you get, you'll just see that glowing light, and it just points you towards where your base is. So if you're ever out and about venturing, it's always really handy to keep one of these on you at all times, so you're able to build one, because if you ever venture out and you get lost, you can always make your way back to it. And I put them in things like the iridium mine, aluminium mine, and various other mines, because then I know where the mines are and the distance between them. I also put them up for things like resource drop points and crash ships and various other bits and pieces. Especially when you're new to the game, having those beacons while you're getting to learn the layout of the map, it comes very in handy for you to know where certain items are. So if you place them down, by all means. If you don't, you don't, but I do, because it's something I'll do during the guide. But during my gameplay, I know the map like the back of my hand, so I know where items are. But considering you're new to the game, I'm going to lay them out so you're aware of locations are. And that's about all I need to do in this episode. So in the next one, we'll think about upgrading our solar panels, which is pretty much just magnesium and aluminium. So we can then gain 19.5 out of it instead. So we just need, 8 aluminium and 8 magnesium in order to do that. If I've got the aluminium, I'll do it. If I don't, I don't. So I've got 5, so it's not a major big deal to lay out less. But we're going to be venturing into the iridium mine next. So the idea being is that we're going to try and get as much iridium and aluminium off the floor inside that area, create a resource drop point, and blah blah blah. So it'll be handy for us to do that, so we can clear the area out when we get there, and then come back with all the resources inside. It's just going to help us in the long run and make it look a little bit nicer once it starts terraforming properly. So I'm going to leave it here, but I will see you in the next. Take care.